few interesting facts. Fact 1. The Mazda MX5 is the best-selling two-seater of all time. Fact 2. Since it was launched in 1989, it sold a staggering 750,000 units worldwide, and that's enough to earn itself a place in the Guinness Book of Records, no less. Fact 3. Despite constantly moaning about the weather, us Brits buy more convertibles per head than any other country in Europe, so I guess it's not surprising that MX5s are about as common as umbrellas on British streets these days. No, if you want exclusivity, you can certainly cross this one off your list, especially when you consider that a decent early Mark 1 will give you modern, wind-in-the-hair motoring for less than £2,000.
Which brings me on to the tricky subject of image. You see, the MX5 has got a bit of a reputation as a hairdresser's car in some circles, but I don't know any hairdressers with an MX5. They're all too busy driving around in white, blinged-up Suzuki Vitaras, and the circles that cast these aspersions tend to be the likes of the Max Power Brigade, who, let's face it, have got a monopoly on poor taste. And the reason I'm so sensitive on this subject? Well, I like the MX5 so much, I bought this one.
And one of the reasons I bought one is the fact that you only need a maximum of 5 minutes in this car for it to feel like an old pair of slippers. And to a large extent that's down to the driving position, which is as right as a tailored suit.
Forget about cup holders and iPod stands, places to put your body parts are far more important. Look, my right elbow goes here, my left falls naturally here, and there's even a little platform for your clutch leg.
And having a cabin that's been designed by somebody that actually drives makes it surprisingly comfortable on the motorway. I was ready for the 350-mile trip home after picking this car up to cripple me, but my only complaint 6 hours later was sunburn, which, if I'm honest, wasn't entirely Mazda's fault.
Now, there's been so many column inches devoted to the handling of the MX5 that it's almost gone into motoring lore, but it is for good reason. The chassis feels taut and the turning is sharp and precise, giving you that on-rails feeling that you really expect. But its real trump card is the feedback you get through the steering wheel and seat, which makes you feel intimately involved with what's going on and gives even track day virgins like myself the chance to explore its limits. This really is a smile-making machine.
The choice of engine is a simple one, either 1.6 or 1.8. Both are sweet and free revving, but the purists will tell you to go for the 1.8 because the 1.6 is too slow. In reality though, it depends what you want from an MX5. If it's just the whole roof down, wind in the hair experience, then the 1.6 is fine, and they're also cheaper to buy and insure into the bargain.
But if you're after the whole driving experience, then the 1.8 is worth that extra cost. And if you go for the 6-speed gearbox, it makes a lot better use of the 140 brake horsepower than the 5-speed. If you go for the 1.8 Sport, then you get a leather steering wheel as well, and a limited slip differential in the back, which makes playing around with the rear-wheel drive on wet roundabouts surprisingly easy if that's your thing. Even the 1.8 though is not that torquey, and at just under 8 seconds to 60, it's not any quicker than a Top Golf diesel either, but that's not the point. The point is that the engine makes you think and work to get the most out of it, and this just seduces you into the whole driving experience. An Audi TT will do it all for you, but the MX5 makes you work a little for your fun, and I like that.
In line with Mazda's keep it simple philosophy, the MX5 does not have a powered hood, with the obvious advantages being less weight and less to go wrong. The roof operation is really quick and easy, with the only pain being that the sun visors have to be moved down to get to the catches. A small point, but trust me, it does get on your nerves. All you have to do then is unclip both catches and the roof folds back. If you've got too much time on your hands, then you can have a go at putting the hood cover on as well. But as you can see, it is quite a faff, and I can never really be bothered. Putting the roof up is the same in reverse and can be achieved in the driver's seat, but only if you've had your Weetabix that morning. The interior is simple and well thought out rather than modern and funky. There is reasonable storage space for your bits and bobs, and with that hood up, the rear shelf is a really useful space. The boot's pretty big as well, and you can just about get a pair of golf clubs in. Build quality is good, but it doesn't have that Germanic solidity you get from something like the Audi TT. But then again, you don't get the Germanic price tag either. This one's done over 60,000 miles though, and nothing has fallen off or broken. If you are the sort of person that thinks squeaks, rattles and leaks gives a car like this character, then I suggest you go and buy an old MG, or even a TVR, because you're definitely not going to find it here. It's not perfect though. Common wear points are the driver's seat, which tends to go here, and the inside of the boot lip, which is prone to rusting. So in summary, Mazda have done a near perfect balancing act with the MX5, pleasing most of the people most of the time. They've done this by making a simple, reliable roadster that's incredibly good fun to drive, and it doesn't cost any more to run than a modern hatchback. The only real downside is that you can't fit your dog and kids in the back, but you knew that anyway.